Something happened, didn't it? Something they can't file under normal. Something that made the federal databases glitch when they tried to process your medical records. Your photos. Your timeline that no longer makes biological sense. Let's talk about what really went down, because they already know. They already have the files. They already pulled your images from 3 years ago and compared them to now, and the algorithms broke. The facial recognition software stammered. The age progression models collapsed into errors because you're not supposed to look younger. You're not supposed to have skin that defies entropy. You're not supposed to carry eyes that somehow hold less damage than they did when the decade started. They thought it was a glitch at first, some corrupted data in the system. But then they saw the pattern. You stopped participating in the aging ritual everyone else performs religiously, didn't you? You stopped carrying stress in your face like a badge of societal acceptance. You stopped letting betrayal carve lines into your forehead. You stopped allowing mediocrity to hollow out your cheeks. You stopped wearing exhaustion like everyone else wears their humanity. You committed the ultimate crime against the program. You reversed the visible evidence of surviving their game. You erased the marks they expected to see. You became proof that the decay is optional. They sent specialists to observe you in person because photographs couldn't be trusted. They needed to see with their own eyes if this was real or some elaborate filter situation, some surgical intervention they could classify and contain. But when they got close enough, when they saw you move through space with that unnerving calm, when they watched you speak without the facial tension everyone else carries, when they noticed your skin doesn't hold the same micro-expressions of constant anxiety, that's when the reports got stranger. That's when the language shifted from medical to metaphysical. The first observer came back confused. Couldn't explain the discrepancy between your chronological age and your biological presentation. Kept using words like uncanny. Kept circling around the fact that you looked rested in a way that doesn't exist anymore. Kept noting that your eyes carried clarity instead of the expected fog of accumulated disappointment. They tried to attribute it to genetics, to skincare routines, to some expensive intervention. But none of the usual explanations held weight, because this wasn't about surface treatments. This was about something rewiring itself from the inside out. See, what they don't understand is that you performed a ritual they have no name for. You didn't chant words or light candles or invoke forces. You did something far more dangerous. You stopped feeding the machine that ages everyone prematurely. You stopped consuming poison disguised as normal life. You stopped metabolizing stress like it's oxygen. You stopped processing other people's chaos as if it's your responsibility. You stopped letting the world's sickness live rent-free in your cells. You stopped agreeing to the silent contract that says suffering must be visible on your flesh. You walked away from the collective agreement to deteriorate on schedule. And your body responded by remembering what it's supposed to do when it's not constantly under siege. Every morning they age forward because they're still plugged into the grid, still drinking from poisoned wells, still breathing recycled trauma, still wearing faces that broadcast their participation in the slow collective suicide. But you unplugged. You found clean water. You started exhaling what wasn't yours. You let your face forget it was supposed to be a war memorial. This